What? What's happening? Stone Cologne 316 here. What? What's happening, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video. I'm working from home today, so I had the opportunity to. I have all my work stuff here, and I figured, you know what? Let's come out with a cool, list video. It might be a long one, so just an FYI. But first things first, scent of the day. Rasasi Hawas Black. I just felt like I was in the mood for it. I know a couple weeks back I said, I'm going to take a break from all the Aventus Hashibat stuff. I just saw it. I'm wearing a black shirt. Kind of in the mood for it. It's a little cool out. Starting to become fall, so that's a plus. Very heavy fragrance. Fresh, green, smoky, oak moss. You've seen enough about this, but that's what I'm wearing today. Rasasi Hawas Black, scent of the day. Okay, so, and I wore, this past Saturday, I had a wedding to go to. My wife's coworker was getting married, so I wore Aqua de Profumo. So that's what I wore Saturday. And yesterday, I don't think I don't think I wore anything yesterday. Yesterday was a lazy day, so. But today, we all like out the shower fragrances, right? I'm a big advocate for a lot of cheapies and a lot of out the shower type freshies. A lot of them that I have are relatively cheap. They're mostly found in the rack stores. But out the shower scents and gym scents are kind of one and the same. They're very citrusy, very fresh, and they're not long lasting. What? I said they're not long lasting. What? They're not long lasting. So I figured, I think I have about 18 of them that I want to just briefly talk about. So this might be a long video, but these are some of my go-tos that I think are really good out the shower fragrances. I don't know what I'm going to label this. My favorite out the shower fragrances. I don't know. But all of these could be worn at the gym, could be worn pretty much anywhere, but out the shower. This is the type of stuff that I like. It's kind of shower jelly. Some of them are citrus. Some of them are woody. Most of them are really, really cheap. And then there's maybe one or two that are a little bit more expensive. So no particular order, but I'm going to start it off. This is 18 of my favorite out the shower fragrances. Okay. And now, if I spray them, I have a coffee pod in case I wear my nose out, because there's a lot of fragrances and I might be sniffing them all, and I don't want to overwhelm my nose. I already have allergies, as you guys know. I sneeze a lot. So, anywho, starting off. This one pops up at the rack stores all the time. It's been around for quite a while. It's kind of got its own Versace Mano Fresh take. I could have included that in there, but that's not really what I wear out the shower. But Kenneth Cole Blue. Very, very citrusy, woody, kind of fruity. It's got a mandarin orange and lemon up top. There's lavender, mint. And I guess there's ambroxan in here, and musk, and dry woods, and cedar wood. This is, think of like Versace Mano Fresh, but creamy. And I guess it's got the same longevity, but it's different. It's not exactly the same. There's more orange. The orange up top is heavier. My wife really likes this one. I've worn Versace Mano Fresh in the past, but every time I wear that, she's always like, "What are you wearing? That smells really good." So, but I strictly wear this out the shower. This, I usually go to the Wisconsin Dells each year, and we go to the indoor water park. This could be good for that as well. So, Kenneth Cole Blue. Again, you could find this for less than $20 at the rack stores, and it's everywhere. I mean, Burlington's probably going to be your best choice, or TJ Maxx, but yeah, I mean, this is Kenneth Cole. Kenneth Cole's got some good stuff. I got another Kenneth Cole fragrance, but I didn't realize they weren't next to each other. But you'll hear about another one. But yeah, Kenneth Cole Blue. Check that out. We all like Abercrombie and Fitch, right? Abercrombie and Fitch Fierce, probably one of the most classic scent profiles. It's right up there with Aqua de Joe and Calvin Klein Eternity, and all them big timeless classics. But Abercrombie and Fitch has a lot more offerings than you think. And in this one, there's a whole line of them. It's from the First Instinct line. It's Instinct Blue. My 100 milliliter bottle. This gets touted as a good gym fragrance, but out the shower, I wear this a lot. So, and the performance is not that great. So, what you're going to get out of this, think of like a poor man's Versace Dylan Blue. There's apple, bergamot, lavender, pepper, amber, sandalwood. I mean, it doesn't have exactly the notes that Dylan Blue does. It doesn't smell one-to-one at all, but I would say it's about 70% Dylan Blue. Got a cardamom note up top, and you guys know I don't like cardamom, but when it comes to freshies, it's a little different. So I do smell the cardamom in here, but it's not anything like off-putting. It gives it that spice. It gives it that little bit of nuance. But yeah, this is a good one. I mean, I only get a couple hours of longevity on here. The first half hour, this shit is screaming, and then all of a sudden it just dies away. So don't expect this to get, to win any performance awards or anything. It's really cheap. It's cheap for a reason. You can find this. This is a 100 ml bottle I got for $20. You can find a 50 ml for probably 10 to 15 bucks. It really depends. Ross Dress for Less will have it cheaper than Burlington sometimes, and then vice versa. But I think Ross Dress for Less, you're going to find these the most. I have First Instinct Together, which is like a YSL Y Invictus type of vibe to it. But this is a lot different. More of it's think of a very cheap synthetic Versace Dylan Blue. That's what you're gonna get. A little bit more youthful as well. So Abercrombie and Fitch, First Instinct Blue. Check that out. Next, this one I'm not gonna take credit for, but maybe I will. This one I found at the rag store earlier this year. I kind of covered this briefly a couple months ago. The Beverly Hills Polo Club line. A lot of those are popping up. You'll see those in the bottom shelf at Burlington. You'll see them at TJ Maxx. You'll see them pretty much Marshalls, everywhere. And I found this one, and it kind of caught my eye, and it totally did not. It exceeded my expectations, first of all, but it also threw me off. Because when you think of an Aqua flanker, you think of like Aqua de Joe. Beverly Hills Polo Club Aqua. This smells, think of Creed Aventus, but in like a zero sugar form. I call this zero sugar Creed Aventus. Not Aventus Cologne. Not the flanker off of Aventus. I'm talking like, it's like diet Aventus. Citrus and woods is basically what you're going to get here, but it gives off this Aventus vibe. It's got lemon and grapefruit up top and cedarwood. It's just basically fresh citrus and cedarwood. When I first looked this up, it had this crazy ass note breakdown. Like it was like a Creed Aventus note breakdown. It had rose and mint and all this stuff. And then when I looked again, because it's not on Fragrantica or Perfumo or anything, there's not a lot of info on this. But if you go on their website, Beverly Hills Polo Club's website, it explains the notes in it. Very linear, it is, but it smells like Creed Aventus. So if you're in a pinch and you want something like you can't afford this, or you can't afford, you know, Banana Republic, Walnut Legend or something, you want something just on the go and like out the shower, you want to smell like Creed Aventus and not have any sort of longevity with it, check this out. I believe I'm one of the only people that are talking about this one right now. I think one other person covered it, Cal Smells. If you're watching this, shout out to you. I know you basically name dropped me in your video about this. And yeah, everybody that I've talked to that smelled this has said this smells like a Diet Aventus. So check that out. I got this for like $12. I believe I got it at Burlington. I don't remember when, but it's a good one. It's not what you think it is. When you think Aqua, you think, you know, marine notes and all that. No. Check that out. Hidden gem right there. Ultra cheapy hidden gem. Polo, Beverly Hills Polo Club Aqua. Check that out. You know, Hollister, the brand Hollister. What? It's that brand has been popping up recently. I remember back when I was in high school, Hollister had like maybe 4 like men's fragrances, and they all smelled really like fruity and like it smelled like the mall. It was like they were trying to copy off Abercrombie and Fitch with their stuff, and like I don't know, I didn't like it back then. But recently, they've been coming out with these Canyon. It's like a Canyon line. There's Canyon Escape, Canyon. I forgot what the other ones were. But this one we're talking about is Hollister Canyon Crush. Basically, what I can sum this up in, and I believe Dustin from Fragrance Band, shout out to him. He's a good dude. He's got some good content. He mentioned this is basically a watermelon version of Thear Sauvage, the EDT. This one I think I got for about $12 at Ross Dress for Less. Came out a year or two ago. The bottle's actually kind of cool. I never actually looked at it, but it's supposed to look like a mountain, and it's got that like design too. So it's pretty good. But I don't like the opening on this. The opening is very, very synthetic, but dude, once it dries down, you're immediately getting that like Thear Sauvage. And I know that's a love-hate relationship one, but for being out the shower and being a cheapie, this is really, really good. You can get about 4 to 6 hours in longevity of this, but it's fresh and clean. It kind of gives off this fresh laundry type of smell. So it's really, really good. And is like immature as, you know, what these are going for. These, I mean, they're geared towards the younger high schoolers, kind of, you know. In your 20s you could pull this off, but I gotta say I'm pretty impressed with how they've been coming out. I had the Canyon Escape, which I believe that was a Creed Aventus too. I didn't like it. It actually smelled like piss on me, and I returned it. And I paid almost nothing for it. But I said, I don't want this. It smells like cat piss. It did. And for some reason, it didn't agree with my skin. And then I realized I have enough Aventus crap, you know. So, and then the other one is supposed to be like an Invictus Aqua type of that I have. I didn't include that one because this one I wear more out the shower. That one's a little bit sweeter. So, but yeah, Hollister Canyon Rush. It's a Thear Sauvage inspiration. That's what they were going for. It's got watermelon, black pepper, and violet up top. And then everything else is just basically Sauvage. So, check that one out. Another rack store pickup. I found a TJ Maxx for like $15. Actually quite surprised. From the house of Dunhill. It's Dunhill Driven. Sorry about the lighting. I got two lights on. I got the lamp here, and then I got like the ring light here, just to kind of give it a little bit more. You know, what? I need you to see Stone Cologne. What? Anywho, Dunhill Driven. I love this one. This end actually gets pretty decent longevity. It kind of gives me this kind of vibe, but it's more fresh. There's ambroxan in it, and for some reason, I'm getting this like minty citrus blast, which is awesome. I love a good minty fragrance. I love smelling like mint and stuff. This, also my wife loves. This is the EDT. They have an Eau de Parfum, which I guess smells like Blanc bottled. It smells like nothing like this. But I remember seeing this. This cap is it's really weird. It's like heavy duty plastic, but it clicks into place, and it's kind of obnoxious, but the bottle itself looks pretty cool. I like the blue hue to it. I'm surprised there's no geranium or mint in here, but black pepper, green apple, Italian lemon up top. Juniper, orange blossom, sage, Abraxas, teakwood, and vetiver. Something is giving me this minty vibe, and I'm pretty sure it's the juniper, the sage, and the black pepper. I could be wrong. But it's giving that, it's spicy a little bit, but it's also like that citrus is hanging out in the background too. So it's weird. As it dries down, it gets woody, obviously. But it does have ambroxan in it, and I'm wondering if the ambroxan too is giving me off like a semi-minty vibe. But this stuff is really good. I don't think it's popping up at the rack stores anymore, but I mean, online discounters, I'm sure you can get this in like the sub $20 range if you look hard enough. I mean, if you look on eBay, I'm sure they're just giving them away. But this is a solid one. This is a good office fragrance too. But I wear this one mostly out the shower. You can see the dent I put in there. I've had this for about maybe a year or two, but really good stuff. This is very underrated. This needs to get talked about more. I know it's linear, but it's a good one. So Dunhill Driven. This is the EDT. The EDP's got like a gray black bottle. So, but this is the freshy one. So check that out. My nose is getting worn out. But next one, another cool water flanker. I have quite a few. I recently talked about Cool Water Parfum in one of my, I think it was my fall fragrance video. I don't remember. What? But Cool Water Wave. I think besides the Parfum, this is probably my favorite Cool Water. And this one specifically, I use out the shower. It's so good. I mean, you can bathe in this stuff. I've had this bottle for a couple years, and when I first got it in, I was wearing it religiously, mostly in the summer and like out the shower. But this honestly is like my go-to out the shower that I forget that I have sometimes. Like, you know, you have so many, got so many damn colognes and fragrances that like there's so much variety, and then I end up forgetting about the original stuff, some of the first ones that I ever had. But this one definitely screams out the shower, screams summer. It's got a Invictus Aqua vibe to it, but it's not as like heavy and dense as an Invictus Aqua or salty. It's got marine notes, grapefruit, Sichuan pepper. It is a little spicy, but it gives it like, it doesn't give it like heat, it just gives it a little bit of like a kick to it, and it gives it more of a depth. It smells like laundry detergent right off the blast. I just got this like this Gain type of like laundry detergent. Like, who doesn't like that smell? You know? And again, this is, my wife loves this one too. So sandalwood patchouli in the dry down. Again, you'll get maybe 4 or 5 hours out of this, but I mean, you can bathe in this and it will not be too cloying. But this is out the shower's finest, I'd say, and a good high heat fragrance to have. So check that out. If you have it off cool water, wait. Next, this one, totally random. I don't see anybody talking about it. I picked this up for like $7 or $8 at Burlington. It was in a box. I could have tested it out, but it had tape all over it. It was a clearance item. Never heard of the brand. Never heard of anything of it, but it kind of surprised me. It's from the GENT, British Grooming, since 1971. So it is a UK-based fragrance. This one in particular is Mandarin and Teakwood. I'm sorry. This isn't what the fragrance is called. This is actually what the fragrance is called. So it's Mandarin and Teakwood, and honestly, that's literally what you get. Very, very synthetic. Very synthetic. But it's very musky. And it's got teakwood. The teakwood note is what saves this one. And there's it's a citrusy mandarin, sweet orange blossom, and undertones of teakwood. It says on the description there. I don't know if you can see that. But it's weird. Deep dried out, and it kind of gives me like a Sauvage type of. It's weird. It doesn't smell 101 of Sauvage, but it's like in that realm of what I smell. Longevity, you're gonna get an hour out of this, and then it's literally nothing. It's I don't even know why it's an eau de toilette. It should be an eau de cologne, but it smells really good. This is like if you want to wear something the next morning, you shower at night, like I shower at night, and sometimes I don't want anything long lasting. I just want to get out the shower and go to bed, and this is one of those for me. Because it's so light and airy and it's not as dense. It's just really good. It's so solid. I mean, again, it's an out the shower for me. I don't know where you're going to get this. I don't know where you can find this. But this was in a corner, I think at, I don't remember. I think it was TJ Maxx. I don't even remember, but it was like $8, and I was like, the GENT, that seems okay. And I was like, Teakwood. You know what? I like Teakwood, so I ended up grabbing it. So I can't tell you where this is at, but if you see it and you like orange and Teakwood and you like stuff like that, pull the trigger. Pull the trigger. The GENT, Mandarin and Teakwood. Next one. I told you there's 2 Kenneth Cole fragrances in this one. This one threw me for a loop, and honestly, it could probably be worn as a signature scent. Only if the longevity was a little bit better. But from Kenneth Cole, and I guess there's like a bunch in this line, it's Kenneth Cole For Him. This pops up at probably Burlington and TJ Maxx. Can't really smell it. This one's another freshie. This one actually threw me for a loop. Right when I got this and I sprayed it, I was like, oh wow, this is like a signature scent worthy type of stuff. You're gonna get a lot of citrus. You're going to get mineral notes, and then there's actually a salt note. Not in a core, but like an actual salt, like sea salt note. And it does give off this a little bit of saltiness, but it's not a salty fragrance like Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Eau Intense. It's not like that. And then there's ginger and jasmine, white amber and woods. It's pretty, it's sort of linear, but I don't have anything that smells like this. It's very fresh and clean, and very, I'm going to say upscale. There is some class to it, but it's a cheapie. And the longevity, I get maybe 4 hours tops on it. I bought this for like $12. It's at Ross Dress for Less. It's at sometimes it's at Burlington, but Ross Dress for Less, you're gonna find it. This is a 50 ml. Yeah, 50 ml. And what I've heard with this line in particular, there's like 3 or 4 other fragrances that you're supposed to actually layer with this. This is a layering fragrance, but I wear it out the shower, and you can get by with just wearing it out the shower. But you're actually technically, the more I dug into this, you're supposed to layer this one with all the other ones in the line. Very cool, but very. I would only get them at the rack store if I found them there, but this is the only one in that line that is popping up in the rack store. So I'm not going to go out of my way to buy all the other ones just so I can layer them, because I might not like it and I don't layer a lot. So this one, definitely a safe flying by if you want like a fresh, kind of sort of spicy, woody type of fragrance. But yeah, that ginger really adds kind of a sweetness to it, but it's like, it's really good. So Kenneth Cole For Him. Check that out. Next one. I really like this one. I've smelt the original. It's a flanker off the original. And the original is just god awful. I don't like it. It's an old school fragrance. It's Grey Flannel, Jeffrey Beam. This one, though, came out like 20-something years after the original, because the original came out in like 75 or something. This is Eau de Grey Flannel. This is their fresh version. This came out in, I think, 97. This can still hold up today. It's very dated, but it still has a modern type of cologne smell. It's kind of got that barbershop fougere type of vibe. And it kind of smells like a super, super cheap version of Abercrombie Fitch Fierce. But I think what this is trying to be is like a Chanel Platinum Egoiste. Hey, because it's very green. It's got cedar leaf, lemon, orange, eucalyptus, lavender, patchouli, musk, sandalwood, and woody notes. I mean, it's basically a cheaper version of Platinum Egoiste. That one's more fresh, spicy, and green, and this is just more. You're not going to get a lot of performance out of this. You're probably going to get a half hour to an hour out of this. But again, it's one of those. If I want to go to bed not, wearing a heavy duty fragrance, this is one of them that it's very relaxing. The wife likes this one too. But again, it's not a super old man smell, but it's more of a mature gentleman classic type of barbershop fougere type of stuff. God, you can get this for like $8 to $12 at Ross Dress for Less. It's the one with the little. It's got the little soft bag case with the drawstring, So this is 4.2 ounce bottle or 4 ounce bottle. But again, it's very cheap, and it's cheap for a reason. This stuff was born to be out the shower. So, Eau de Grey Flannel from Jeffrey Beam. Let me know if anybody has this or is check this out or doesn't like it, but it's very good. It's very clean. It's a very clean smelling fragrance. So, the Penguin line, premium blend, Penguin. This one is in out the shower staple. Very kind of minty, fresh, airy, synthetic, but you could bathe in this. I mean, look at the glass. The bottle. This frosted glass type of finish. My wife really likes this one too. It's got it's minty fresh. It's got bergamot, lime zest, spearmint. The spearmint is really makes it green and like minty, obviously. But marine notes. There's a violet leaf. You can smell the violet leaf in here, but it's not that dominant. Musk, driftwood, and vetiver. it's not that woody, but what you're going to get is basically a lot of the mint and a lot of the marine notes, and maybe the citruses as well. But this is, again, it's not long lasting. You could probably find this for less than 20 bucks at the rack stores. They've been at the rack stores for years. So, hefty bottle too. That's a hefty bottle. So, yeah. This one's actually a lot of people's favorite in the line too. I think I have Signature Blend, Iconic Blend, and this one. I don't know if there's another one. I don't remember. But yeah, this one's really good. A lot of people like this one. Very minty fresh. Born to be out of the shower. Born to not be. What? More. It's born to use out the shower. This was made for that kind of stuff. So check it out. Penguin Premium Blend. Find it at the rack stores. Next one. Not a lot of people like it. Which is fine. Not a lot of people are gonna like everything, but Hugo Energize. Fresh, fruity, woody. Just a super clean. This is actually more of a gym fragrance, I'd say. It's got a little bit of a sporty vibe, but very fresh and fruity. Sorry, my nose is getting a little clogged up. What? It's very clean, and a lot of people say they don't get much out of it, which, again, look at it. It's not supposed to be a super expensive looking or like elegant fragrance. But it's fruity, it's clean, it's woody, it's got teakwood, vanilla, and leather at the dry down. And I think that's why I like this, because I really like teakwood. And pineapple leaf. I'm looking at the notes a little bit. There is a little cardamom in here, but I don't get a lot of that. So, again, cardamom fragrances and fresh fragrances I can deal with. It's the heavier stuff that I just not. If it's cardamom dominant, it's not for me. But this one, it's been my go-to a lot out the shower. It doesn't last that long. It lasts 3 or 4 hours. It's really inoffensive, and it's great out the shower. So, Hugo Energize. Rack store fine, 20 bucks. Maybe, what? Got a damn piece of trash on my shoulder, what? You can find this for the sub $20, probably. Rack stores is probably running like 22 bucks. I don't know. But check it out. Safe blind buy, honestly, if you're looking for something just generic out the shower. It is generic, and that's why a lot of people don't like it. So, Hugo Energize. We got 7 more, so we're going to hurry this up. Next. Another car brand. Jaguar. They got some pretty good offerings. This one was really hyped from Jeremy Fragrance way back in the day, but it's Jaguar Pace. Fresh, spicy. And it has an iris note that it's not powdery, but it's kind of a soapy iris, but it's not very dominant. Berry, black pepper, apple, heavy up top. Lavender, moss, patchouli, and that iris. This is actually really, as cheap as it is, it's not that it's got some character to it. It's a little unique. I don't have anything else that smells exactly like this. I mean, it's supposed to be like kind of Sauvage, but there's no ambroxan. I actually kind of like the scent profile better than Sauvage. But again, it's a cheapie. You probably get 6 hours out of this. This is potential signature scent worthy too. So, check that out. Jaguar Pace. You can find this for less than 20 bucks on discounters. I don't think you can find this at the rack stores, but if you look hard enough and your local one has this, stay flying by. Very, very textbook fresh and spicy. So, Jaguar Pace. This next one, super popular. Everybody loves this one. From Mont Blanc, it's Starwalker. It's basically Versace Mano Fresh with bamboo note. And that bamboo note gives us a really, really different green element to it. And this one also can remind you of Bulgari Pour Homme for men. That really, to me, smells like a niche version of this. It's got more green elements, but very fresh and clean. Very woody, spicy, green, fresh. Again, you're going to get that Mano Fresh vibe, but it's more of like a woodier take on it. So you got the bamboo, the bergamot, the citruses up top. A little bit of ginger in the mid, and then sandalwood, cedar, and musk. It's very musky. This is high heat type of stuff. But for me, strictly wear it out the shower. It's a very relaxing scent. This one really is. Fresh and clean, very inoffensive. You can bathe in this and not choke anyone out. So, really good one. Really good one. I have quite a few things that smell just like this. But if you were to see this and you were like, oh, Starwalker, what does that smell like? Just blind buy it. $20 will get you this bottle. Maybe even less, depending on where you're at. So, this is a 50 ml, I think. I think you only have it in 50 ml. I may be wrong. Mont Blanc Starwalker. What hasn't been said about this one? You know? So, check that out. We're almost done. We're almost done. This is going to be a 40-plus minute video? What? Next. Boss Bottled. There's a couple freshies in that line. Unlimited. Very fruity, very fresh, very woody. A little sweet. This probably lasts the longest, minus one or two of them. Yeah. Longevity. This has some staying power to it. But just very, very fresh and relaxing. Grapefruit, mint. You're going to get a lot of that. That mint gives it this ultimate freshness. Pineapples. There's cinnamon, I guess, in there. And I can see that. It still has that Boss Bottle DNA. What? Excuse me. But yeah, my nose is starting to get overwhelmed. But very good. Very clean out the shower. I mean, I can't say it's a signature scent, but you could probably wear this. You know, casually running errands, office scent. Pardon me. But yeah, a lot of people like this one. Is it slept on? Here and there, but there's some love with this one. So, Boss Bottle, Hugo Boss Bottle, Unlimited. Check that out. All right, we got 4 more. So let's bring this one home. Let's talk Nautica. Nautica fragrances like Voyage, the most popular Nautica fragrance. But I'm going to go with one a little bit more, a little older. I don't remember when I got this, but it was a long time ago, and I really like this one. It's Nautica Blue. Obviously, you can see the dent that I used to wear this a lot. I haven't worn this in such a long time, but the times that I did wear it, it was out the shower. This is very, very good. If you even prime it. Fresh, a little spicy. It's got bergamot. It's got a peach note in here that kind of gives it like a little juicy sweetness. And pineapple. And then jasmine, water lily, cedar, musk, and sandalwood. This has actually got, it smells like it's got a lot more going on with it. But it's just fresh and clean. Decent longevity, maybe 4 to 6 hours with this. But it's kind of got an old school vibe to it. But it's very modern. It's very fruity, fresh, aquatic. Good stuff. Definitely a staple in a cheapie's collection. So Nautica Blue, check that out. These are popping up always at the rack stores. I mean, any rack store you go to, you'll find this there. So check your rack stores. Very, very easy to find. Less than 20, that's sub $20 range. Pick it up. If you want an out the shower cheapie that you're sick of wearing the same stuff, this kind of has a little nuance to it. So check that out. Nautica Blue. We're down to the top 3. What? Top 3? What? 316? What? The Polo Sport fragrance came out in the 90s. Very fresh, green, spicy. And then they decided to make a flanker off of it years later. I think like, what was it, 2021, 3 years ago. They came out with Polo Sport Fresh. This is very good. Very clean. Kind of has that laundry smell. There's an iris note in here that's it makes it soapy. But you're going to get mint, sea notes, citrus, orange, woodsy notes, sage, and iris. Very, very simple fragrance. Very, very inoffensive. I strictly wear this out the shower. If I want something fresh and clean, this is the epitome of fresh and clean. It's got that clean laundry smell a little bit, but it's minty and it's soapy. It's not super soapy, but it's clean. It's like it smells like you got out of the shower. It does smell like a soap, a body soap. So I think you can get this for like 22 bucks. 22 bucks at Ross, Burlington. They're popping up. So check that out. Polo Sport Fresh. This one's an ultra cheapie. A very, very good find. A very, very good release. Just got this actually a couple months ago. Paid like 15 bucks for it, so I can get free shipping on my order. If you've smelled Raja Dove's Elysium Parfum Cologne, you'll know exactly, you not know exactly, but if you see the bottle, you'll know exactly that it's trying to clone Raja Dove's Elysium Parfum Cologne. This is called Imperium. This bottle, I mean, excuse me, for being cheap, this glass is really, really thick and really strong. But it's just, this scent profile has been done to death, but it's so good. Very citrusy and airy, and for it being a very light fragrance, it's got a lot of depth in it. This is from Fragrance World. The longevity of this is probably 2 or 3 hours. Stays very close to the skin, so you can bathe in this. But this smells almost identical to. It's probably 85-90% close to the what it's cloning. But for this, nobody's going to tell the difference. Obviously, the quality is going to be way more upscale with the original, but as far as scent profile, they really nailed it with this. Citrus is up top. Vetiver, jasmine, pink pepper, black currant, apple. It kind of Elysium gives off that Aventus vibe a little bit, but it's a standalone, so it's not redundant. But this is definitely one of the best out the shower cheapies you can find. Because it doesn't last long and it's very airy, very light, but man, it smells good. Fragrance World Imperium. Last but not least, one of my favorite releases of the year. Probably that's it. Oh, the year's not over, but it's right up there. It's definitely my top 2 or top 3. Zaharoff Signature Seraphine Blue. Yes. I've covered this before. This came out a couple months ago, and look how much I've used it. Almost half the bottle. Fresh, minty, green. Got lavender. It's a little creamy. Just such a good release. Such a good fragrance. My wife really likes this. It's got eucalyptus in it. Thank God this is the last one because my nose, you can tell how congested I am. It's getting bad. But this is very, very, very good. I use this with the Old Spice Shore is Nice. It smells almost identical to this. So if I wear that soap, this is going on. Great combination. I should be wearing this at the office more, but to me, it's like, when I'm out the shower, it's just like I crave this. So I'm not going to cover this too much. I've talked about this a lot, and it's, as for being a niche fragrance, this is my supreme go-to out the shower. The Hawas Signature Seraphine Blue. Get a sample, $7 on his website. Get a 3 milliliter sample. I just got in the Seraphine Red, which is the counterpart to this. That one's very pink pepper, spicy, aquatic. But yeah, they're both very good. But this one still has the edge. And this one is very, very, for me, meant for out the shower for me. Because even if I take a shower midday, I'll put this on. It's really, really nice to enjoy. So I really enjoy this one. This is a great pickup. Sample it. Sample it if you want a bottle of it. I feel bad that this belongs in an out the shower scent video, but you can't deny. With me, this is my personal taste. So it's like, if I'm wearing this out the shower religiously more than all of these, this is going in it. And I saved this one for last. So that is all. This video is almost an hour, and I think I don't know if I'll release it or I might edit it because it is very long, and I don't expect you guys to sit through it, but I wanted to talk about all of them. So I may split it up in a couple videos, so we'll see. But anyway, thanks for sticking around if you have. Let me know what you're wearing today. Again, I'm wearing Rasasi Hawas Black. Rasasi Hawas Black. Scent of the day. And yeah, you know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe. What? And that's the bottom line. What? Because Stone Cologne said so. Take care, guys. Have a great day.